What's up guys, you're watching India Today Tech and I have with me the latest Samsung budget smartphone, the Galaxy J6 Plus. It's a 64GB variant. Samsung has not revealed the price of this smartphone yet, but I'll leave it in the description box below as soon as it arrives. But we do have a sticker price here. It's 17,000 rupees, of course, for the 64GB variant. At the back you'll see some of the specs of the phone are mentioned. The phone has an infinity display that is not exactly the same as what Samsung offers on its flagship phones, but yes, Samsung calls it infinity display, and we'll see how bezel-less it is. It is 6.0-inch display, and there is a dual rear camera having a 13 megapixel primary and 5 megapixel secondary sensor, and there's an 8 megapixel camera at the front. And you also get a Snapdragon chipset, and you get a 3300 mAh battery inside with face recognition. So let's quickly unbox the phone, and we'll also take a look at the full specs in a while. But first, let's quickly take the phone out of the box. So this is how it looks. Samsung has tried to give it a very premium look. Next, there are a few leaflets. One is a quick start guide, both in English and Hindi, and there is a warranty card and a regional lock guide that says that you need to put an Indian SIM onto the phone for the first time. Next, there is a micro USB cable, not good in length but good in quality, and there is earphones also bundled with the box, though they're very basic ones. There's a button for disconnecting calls or playing pause of music, and there's a microphone. There are no volume controls on this pair of earphones. Next, you get a SIM ejector tool and a travel adapter. So travel adapter has a rating of 1 amperes and 5 volts, which comes out to be a 5-watt adapter. It's definitely not a fast charger, and the phone also probably does not support this technology. So let's quickly take a look at the smartphone now. The phone has a big display. It's a 6-inch device, and it's also quite a big phone. One peculiar thing about it is that the fingerprint scanner is placed on the power button now. It's not placed on the back, it's not placed on the front like older Samsung phones, but it's placed on the lock button. So we'll set it up and take a look at how fast it is. The speakers are placed on the right as well, like the A series smartphones, and at the bottom you'll find just the 3.5mm headphone jack and the Type-C USB port. Yeah, there's also a primary microphone. The secondary microphone is not present on the device. The volume rocker is split into two and put on the left side, and there are 2 slots. The phone supports both dual SIM and micro SD card. You can add 2 SIM cards and expand the storage as well. At the top bezel you'll find the front camera, some sensors, the earpiece, and a front LED flash. At the back the phone has a dual camera setup and a single LED flash. Now you'll notice that the back has a glass-like finish, and the phone itself has a metal-like texture on its frame, but actually that is not true. The phone does try to mimic metal and glass designs, but it's not actually the case. The back is actually plastic and the frame is actually plastic as well, but it's a clear plastic and the frame is quite solid, so it doesn't really give a very cheap feeling, though the materials used are actually plastic all over. Alright, now let's quickly turn on the device and take a look at the full specs of the Galaxy J6 Plus. So the Galaxy J6 Plus has a 6-inch IPS LCD panel with HD Plus or 720p resolution. It runs the Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 chip with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. The phone has a 13 plus 5 megapixel dual camera setup at the back with an f1.9 aperture on the main sensor, and at the front there is an 8 megapixel camera with LED flash. The phone runs on Android 8.1 Oreo with Samsung UI on top, houses a 3300 mAh battery, and has dual SIM support with 4G VoLTE. So I've set up the Galaxy J6 Plus, and now let's take a look at how the fingerprint scanner on the device works. All you need to do is place your finger on the fingerprint scanner and it will open. It's as fast as what you've seen on the rear fingerprint scanners, but the only change is the position. It's now placed on the right side. So I think it only requires some getting used to, and it's not a very inconvenient fingerprint scanner to have. But also let me know in the comment section below what you feel about the new fingerprint scanner position. Next, you can see the display doesn't have that very thin bezels. It's not really an infinity display, so to say, in the fact that it doesn't have very thin bezels. Anyways, the major part is that the display is not 1080p. In this price segment, most companies are offering 1080p displays right now, which is kind of a bummer. The brightness of the display is quite nice, and as always you will find that there is no auto brightness sensor on the phone, so you'll need to manually adjust the brightness on the screen. The brightness, if you turn on to the maximum, is quite nice and I think is enough for outdoor viewing. Now let's take a look at the front camera on the device. So we are in a good light environment and let's take a selfie. So you'll see the amount of lag or the time it takes to click a selfie is huge. The lag could be because of the HDR, which is on by default, so let's turn that off from the settings menu and try to take another photo. So I've turned off the HDR, and yes, the lag was because of the HDR mode, and here is the photo. So details are nothing great surely, but it does capture good skin tones and the colors are also accurately captured. Here are some more camera samples I took later in the day. So this is the Galaxy J6 Plus, guys. Not really a fast phone and not really packing great hardware if you compare to other phones in this price segment. But yes, it tries to mimic metal and glass designs that many companies are offering right now in the premium range as well. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology, smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.